Hello students, welcome to English grammar lesson. Our today's topic is infinitives, gerund and participles. So let's begin with it. In the previous chapter, we had learned about finite verbs and non-finite verbs. So let's revise it. That finite verbs can change with the number, person and tense. But the non-finite verbs cannot change with the number, person and tense in the sentence. Further, we have discussed that there are three kinds of non-finite verbs, that are infinitives, gerunds and participles. In this video, we are going to learn about the kinds of non-finite verbs. So here these are the kinds of non-finite verbs. These are infinitives, gerunds and participles. One by one I will explain it to you. But before explaining about the kinds of these non-finite verbs, first I will tell you that what are verbals. So verbals are the verbs acting as other part of speech in place of or instead of main verb. The verbals are the verbs which acting as other parts of speech. For example, Milton wanted to eat cookies. Here wanted is the main verb, but to eat is also the verb, but it acts as on the other part of the speech. Listening to music makes me happy. In this word, listening, the boys played for a cheering crowd in their minds. In this sentence, played is also the verb, the main verb, but cheering is also the verb. But here it acts as a verbal because it is acting as other part of speech. Now first is, what are infinitives? The infinitive is the base form of the verb. It is often used with to or without to. With to, they are called as to infinitives. And without to, they are called bare infinitives. This we can understand by these examples. Example 1. I went to meet a doctor. In this sentence, went is a finite verb, whether to meet is to infinitive. In the second sentence, he made me angry. In this sentence, made is the finite verb, but angry is without to. So here it is bare infinitive. Now second kind is gerunds. The ing form of the verb which is used as a noun is called as gerund. It is also called as verbal noun. For example, reading is a good habit. Here read is the base form and then we are adding ing. So reading here acts as a noun. So it is a gerund here. In the second example, swimming is good for health. In this, swimming is functioning as a noun in the sentence, so it is a gerund in the sentence. Now the third kind of non-infinitive is participle. Participle acts as verbs, participle acts as adjectives, as perfect and as progressive also. So we have three types of participle. First is present participle, second is past participle and third is perfect participle. First I am going to explain about present participle. Present participle is created by adding ing to the base form of a verb. They look exactly the same as gerunds, but they function as either a part of a continuous tense indicating a secondary action or as an adjective modifying a noun. As I had explained you that gerunds are also the ing form in the sentence, but they act as a noun in a sentence. But when we use ing form in present participle, so they may be either a part of a continuous tense which indicates secondary action or they act as an adjective in the sentence. Here are some examples for present participle tense. That is, my daughter was reading a book. Here reading is used as a past continuous tense. You should not disturb a sleeping dog. Here sleeping word is an adjective of a dog. Here it tells about the quality of a dog, which is sleeping here. Second type is past participle. Examples are the chocolate has eaten. This is in present perfect tense. The chocolate had eaten. It is in past perfect tense. And the third one is the chocolate will have eaten. It is in future tense. So the past participles, they also function as adjective modifying nouns. For example, she placed the cut cake in the dish. Here cut word function as an adjective of a cake. So these participles also act as a adjective in the sentence. Second example, they are also used for forming passive voice. For example, the problems were solved. So the past participle we used for forming passive voice sentences also. Now the third type of this participle is perfect participle. Combining the word having with the past participle of a word creates the perfect participle. So what we do in perfect participle, we add having with the word, such as having finished, having eaten, etc. Examples are having bought a bicycle, he cycled home. Here we are using having in perfect participle. Having finished his work, Amy was ready to play. So here also we are using having in perfect participle. So these are the topics which we have discussed today, that are infinitives, gerunds and participle. So let's revise what we have discussed in the video. In this video we have discussed about the kinds of verbs, that are finite and non-finite verbs. These non-finite verbs, again further we classified into three parts, that is infinitive, gerunds and participle. We learn about infinitive, it is are of two type, to infinitive and bare infinitive. Gerunds are the ing form and it act as a noun in the sentence. Then the participle are of three types, that is present participle, past participle and perfect participle. That's all about this chapter. If you have any query related to this chapter, feel free to ask. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.